Hi, this is Nicole of Idlewild Yoga, and I am bringing this practice to you from beautiful Beach Hill Pond in Maine. So that's what's in the background. I'm going to film. The sun's kind of in my face to give me a little more light, so just bear with me because I may be squinting a little bit. But I just wanted to show you that it is often a lot of fun to actually bring your practice outside. I don't always use my mat when I'm outside. Sometimes I'll just use the bare ground, the grass. But today I'm going to just use my mat. But just having your mat with you and maybe a folded blanket for this practice. All right. So let's go ahead and get started in a seated position. I like to sit on the edge of a folded blanket. You can sit cross-legged or you can kneel. Or you can sit with your legs out straight in front of you. But just finding that place of ease. So reaching down through the base of your body, whichever position you've chosen to sit in, and just feeling the tailbone reaching downward. Press your legs down into the ground a little bit more, and let the spine lengthen and lift. Just let the crown of the head reach up to the sky. And relax your shoulders away from your ears. We're just going to take a few moments to focus on our breath. So we want to invite our breath to come in through the nose and out through the nose. So drawing the breath inward, drawing it down into the abdomen, into the pelvis. If you want, go ahead and close your eyes, just so you can bring your focus a little more inward. So breathing in through the nose, drawing that breath deeper than you naturally would down into your belly. And exhaling back up and out through the nose. Keep reaching the tailbone down. Keep lifting through the spine, lifting through the sternum. And following this breath. Good. And then from here, we're going to transition into our more traditional three-part yogic breath. So as you inhale, bringing that awareness to the abdomen, to the pelvis, feeling the rib cage area next, and then the collarbone area. So three parts here as you exhale, exhaling from the abdomen, the rib cage, and the collarbone. So creating this wave of breath that's flowing in and out. With each exhale, just settling a little more down into the base, into your legs, into your pelvis. Inhaling and exhaling. And then as we draw the breath in, just imagining this breath flowing in down into that base. Feeling the rib cage, feeling the collarbones, and exhaling from that base and the rib cage and the collarbones. And then connecting into the center of your chest, the area between the breastbone and the spine. Connecting into that center. Some of you know this as Anahata chakra in yoga. Good. And then just taking a moment to draw your hands into that heart center, letting your thumbs press into your sternum. Keep lifting through the spine, keep reaching down through the base, through the sacrum, through the tailbone, continuing to lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale through the mouth. From there, we're going to inhale and exhale one Om. And then gently releasing the hands. Take the hands behind you. However you're sitting, take your feet wider than your hips and let your knees just rock side to side. Now during our entire practice, we want to continue to check in with our breath, continuing that flow of breath, breathing into the belly, the ribs, the collarbones, and exhaling from the belly and the ribs and the collarbones. So just moving with more awareness with that connection with the breath. And from here, let's come right on up into table position. So you'll have your knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders, hip width, shoulder width apart and hip width apart. Push down evenly into each hand and check in with the crease in the back of the hand there. And you want that to be parallel with the top edge of the mat. Spread your fingers, let your thumbs form a J. And then we'll just do a few cat-cow here. Inhale, lifting the head and the tailbone. And exhaling, pushing into the hands, release the head and tailbone. Inhaling and lifting up. Opening through the chest, widening through the collarbones. Exhaling, arching. Inhaling and lifting up. Press into the hands, even draw them towards the knees a little bit. Exhaling, arching. Just a couple more. Good. Coming back to center. So today I want to talk a little bit more about moving from our core, moving from our center. So all our motions, all our flowing through sun salutation and everything in a few more moments, kind of moving from that center of strength in our core. So even as we went through the cat-cow flow here, we're kind of letting the abdomen open here, and then we're drawing firmly that belly button in toward the spine as we arch the back up. So playing with that, let's go ahead and stretch the right leg out behind you and push into the ball of that foot, just opening up the back of that. And cross the right leg over the left. And fill up that left side of the body. We're stretching open the right. You can look beyond that left shoulder at the right foot back there. Good. Bring that leg straight back behind you again. Resting the right hand in the center of your mat down. Reach the left arm up. Just getting a gentle twist here. Breathing and opening up through the chest and the shoulder. And then exhaling, rotating, taking the left hand and right knee back to the table. Stretch the left leg out on the floor, on the ground. Push through the heel, the ball of the foot, and breathe into the back of that leg. Cross the left leg over the right, curl up the right side of the body, stretch open and breathe. Good. Take the left leg straight behind you again. This time take the left hand into the center of your mat and open up to the right. Good. Exhaling to face the mat. Coming back to table. So both hands are under the shoulders, knees under the hips, Feet are hip width apart. We're gonna get ready to come up into Adho Mukha Savasana or downward facing dog. So we want to really check with our hands here. Feel a nice firm foundation, lining the creases of the wrist up with the top edge of the mat. Fingers are spread. We're pushing into each and every finger pad. With your toes curled under, lift the hips and press them back into downward dog. Now here, I'm going to invite you to think about that lifting up through the center, through your belly button, lifting up there, pressing back through the hands. Release the head and neck. Press into the mound of the index finger and the thumb. Roll the inner shoulders up towards the ceiling, the inner upper arm. Reaching the heels toward the ground. Front top of the feet draw toward the shins. Breathing, releasing the head and the neck. Good. Let's walk our feet up towards our hands and just hang in a forward fold. Feet are hip width apart, letting the torso just release. Hold opposite elbows and breathe. From here, let's lift up to our flat back. So hands either on the shins, on the knees, on the lower legs, and just stretch from your tailbone, lengthening out through the crown of your head. Arms come off the shoulder in T position, push into your feet, and come all the way up. Reach through those hands, stretching long, and let the arms come down by your side. So we're going to move through Surya Namaskar, our sun salutation, next. And the first round will go fairly slow. So I want to talk you through this beautiful flow. But as we do this flow, again, I want to have you think about that connection with the center and trying to move from that center, from that core. You can even think about gently drawing the belly button kind of in and up just lightly, but remember to remove, you want to keep that room for the breath to also flow, not cutting that off here. So near the top of our mat, you can have your feet hip width apart or together. We want to reach down firmly through the 3 points of our feet, through the mound of the big toe, mound of the little toe, and the center of the heel. Release the toes if you lifted them, hug the thigh muscles in. Particularly paying attention to lifting on the quadriceps or hugging the quadriceps in. You'll feel the kneecaps gently lift. Keeping the tailbone neutral, so tailbone reaches down. We're going to lengthen up through the spine. Crown of the head reaches up. Circle the shoulders up and back and down and let them rest away from your ears. Reaching the fingers toward the earth. Just take a moment here in Samasthiti. Deep breath in and out. And if you're outside, let's play with drawing that breath up from the soles of the feet, up from the earth, the crown of the head, and exhaling down the back side of the body, back down into the earth. Good. One more breath. And exhale. Inhale, reaching the arms up, and exhale, hands to heart. Even these movements and motions, feeling like you're coming from that center in your breathing. Inhale, reach up, palm face forward, engage your glutes, up and out of the way. And exhale, lengthen forward and down into forward fold. Inhaling, step back with the right foot, bring the right knee down for our low lunge. Retain that inhale as we lift the hips and step back to plank. From plank, we're going to come into 8 points pose. So knees, chest, and chin come down to the elbows in. Inhale, pushing up into a cobra. Shoulders are away from the ears, open to the chest. Curl the toes under, exhale, drawing back from that center into your downward dog. As we inhale, we'll step the right foot forward between the hands, bring the left knee down. Exhaling with the hips, step the left foot forward to forward fold. Inhale, reaching up, lifting up and out of that waist from that center. Take that gentle back bend, and exhale again into your forward fold. Inhale, step back with the left foot, bring the left knee down. Retain that inhale, step back for plank. And exhale again through 8 points pose. Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, pushing up, scooping up into cobra. And exhaling back to downward dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Bring the right knee down. Exhaling, right foot forward to forward fold. And inhale, again, lifting up and out of the way, almost effortlessly. We push into our feet. Exhale, hands by your side. Good, we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhaling, hands to heart, Namaskarasana. Inhale, reach up, prostate. And exhaling into Padahastasana. Inhale, right foot back, right knee down, Ashtanga. And then retain the breath, stepping back for Plankasana. Exhaling into Ashtangasana. Inhaling into Bhujangasana. And exhaling back, Adho Mukha Savasana. Inhale, right foot forward, left knee down, Ashtanga. Exhaling, left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, reaching, gentle back. Exhaling, lengthening forward and down. Inhale, left foot back, left knee down. Retain the breath, step back for plank. Exhaling, knees, chest and chin. Inhaling, scooping up into cobra. Exhaling back to downward dog. Inhaling that left foot forward, right knee down. Exhaling, right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, arms by your side. 1 more round. Inhaling up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot back, right knee down. Retain the breath, stepping back to plank. This time, if you want, you can lower through chaturanga. Inhaling into upward dog. And exhale back to downward dog. Inhale that right foot forward, left knee down. Exhaling, left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, gentle back. From the center, forward fold. Inhaling, left foot back, left knee down. Retain the breath, step back for plank. And again, chaturanga. Into upward. And exhaling back to downward. Inhaling, step that left foot forward. Right knee comes down. Exhaling, right foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, reach. Exhaling, arms by your side. Good, we're going to pause in Samastahiti here. Reaching down through the 3 points of our feet. Thigh muscles are engaged. Tailbone is neutral. Spine is long. Shoulders relaxed. Shoulder blades draw in toward the spine. Take a breath. And exhale. Breathing, drawing the breath in through the soles of the feet up the front of the body. Exhaling down the back of the body. Good. 1 more breath. And gently opening your eyes. So we're going to move through a few poses here next, staying at the top of your mat. You can keep your feet hip width apart. I'm going to do very traditional Hatha Yoga standing postures right now. So keep your feet hip width apart. We're going to set up for my version of Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. I don't bring the back heel down. I'm going to be staying up on the balls of my feet. So sometimes that's called crescent pose too. So staying here, pretending our feet are on railroad tracks. Push down through your feet, lifting through the spine, and moving from that center, from that core, belly button, drawing in, up slightly, to back with that right foot. And just notice how when you keep that connection to your center, from your core, how much more easy and effortless it becomes to flow and to move. Draw the left hip back here and the right hip forward, squaring the hips up to the top of the mat. Lifting through the back right thigh. Reach down through your feet. Reaching the arms up, widening through the front of the body to keep the tailbone dropping down. Deep breath in and out. Good. Let's add another layer in. If you want to keep the arms up, feel free. Otherwise, clasp the arms behind you in Yoga Mudra. Press the fingers toward the earth. Lift through the heart open here. Staying here if you want. Or on an exhale, bowing forward. Lift the arms behind you. And then inhale, lifting back up. Opening up through the chest again. Keep your hands in prayer in front of you. Twist to your left, right elbow outside the left knee. Exhaling back to front. Use that strength and that core lifting up. Hands to heart, opening up to Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Line that right heel up with the left arch. Shoulders over hips. Breathe. Settle into your lunge here. Keep drawing that right hip back. Breathing, gazing over the third left finger. Straightening that left leg, we're going to set up for Utthita Trikonasana. Move from your center, sliding that left arm up toward the top of your mat. Moving from the core, hug the thigh muscles in. Drop the right hand down, left arm up. Lengthen through the sides of the body as much as you can, gazing up at the sky or at the horizon or the floor. Good. Let's push down through that, the legs, reaching up through the arm, using that core to lift us up. We're going to pivot that right foot to be parallel with the left. Toes are in the same line, in the same plane. Reaching down through the 3 points of your feet. We're going to come into Prasarita Padottanasana. So keeping the legs nice and active, reach the arms up. Exhale into your forward fold, lengthening forward and down. Take the hands to the earth, release the head and neck. Breathe. As we lift up and out, continue to push down into your feet. Take your hands to your hip, lengthen to the spine, and use that core to lift effortlessly up and out of the waist. Turn the right toes to face the back of your mat. We're going to pivot the left foot to also face the back of your mat. You may need to heel to that right foot over so that you are creating hip distance between the right foot and the left foot. Sinking into your high lunge. Lifting in the back, right, left thigh, draw the right hip back, left foot forward. Lengthening up through the heart. Bring the hands up. Breathing. If you want a little more challenge here, take the arms behind you, Yoga Mudra. Opposite finger on top, lengthen to the spine. Exhale, hinge over that leg. Lifting up. Inhale, lifting up. Release the arms. Hands in prayer. I'm going to twist to that right. Padrita Parsvatana. Reaching up again. Pivoting and opening to Virabhadrasana 2. Right heel bisects the left arch. Sinking down into our lunge, tailbone is dropping down. We're drawing that left thigh behind us. Right knee tracks toward the right and second and third toe. Shoulders over hips, shoulders are relaxed. Gazing over the third right finger. Good. We're going to cartwheel our hands up toward the back of our mat. Step back to plank. Strong plank here. Draw the shoulder blades toward the spine. Press through the heels. Belly button drawing in and up. Lengthen through the breastbone. And exhale down and chaturanga. Inhaling up into upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward dog. Stretching deeply here. Lifting up. Scooping the belly button even up and in. Good. And then we'll step that right foot forward. And then the left foot forward. Forward fold. Press into your feet. Lift up and out of that waist. And exhale, arms by our side. Good. So let's come into our balance posture next. And today for balance, let's do tree pose. I have these lovely trees behind me. So they're always there for guidance for us to emulate. So trees are pretty amazing. We have these roots that reach down into the ground. And even when the wind comes and blows, for the most part, they stay strongly rooted. So we're going to play with that. We'll come into the right foot first. And again, reaching down through the 3 points of your foot. Hug the thigh muscles and lifting the kneecap. Tailbone is reaching down. A lot of this has to do with keeping that center and core nice and strong and engaged. Quieting the breath, so we find that steady rhythm of breath. And also finding a focal point, usually at eye level. If you're feeling unsteady, go ahead and look a few feet in front of you on the ground. So turning the left hip, opening that up. Toes can be on the floor, sole of the foot in the calf, or all the way up. Pressing the foot against the leg and the leg against the foot. Find your steady breath and your focal point. When you're ready, feel free to take those arms up. Breathing, or just keeping them at your heart. Virabhadrasana, tree pose. And go ahead and exhaling, hands back down. Take the right knee in front of you, hug that in, and then straighten that leg out. Sorry, left knee. Let's go ahead and reach down through the left foot. 3 points reaching downward. I'm not in the flattest spot. There we go. Opening the right hip to the side. Toes on the floor. Sole of the foot on the calf. Or all the way up. Press the foot against the leg and the leg against the foot. Tailbone is neutral, lengthening through the spine. Finding your external drishti, your external focal point. 3. Arms come up when you're ready. And exhaling, hands down. And again, drawing that right knee in front of you. Hug it in tightly. Release it, stretching it out, and releasing it down. Shake your legs out. We'll do a little flow to come down to our mats. Top of your mat. Feet are hip width or together. 3 points of the feet reaching downward. Thigh muscles activated. Tailbone is neutral. Lengthening through the spine. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up and lengthen and stretch through your spine. And exhale, back down. We're going to step back with our right foot and then our left foot into downward dog. Feet are hip width apart, hands are shoulder width apart. Lift those hips up again, up and back. Reach the heels down. And drop the knees down, wide over your hips, big toes together. Push your hips back towards your heels. Let the forehead come to the earth. Arms are overhead. Rest your forearms on the ground. So I'm going to invite you to rest here for just a few breaths. And as you exhale, pay attention to softening as much as you can and letting go areas that still feel tight. Using your breath as that tool to relax and soften a little bit more. And go ahead and inhale, walk the hands towards you, lifting your torso back up. So let's come right into Ustrasana or camel pose. So if you want, you can have a blanket for underneath your knees. Knees are going to be hip width apart. I like to curl my toes under. I'm going to come into this twice. So the first time we'll do a very gentle, shallow level. The second time we'll go a little bit deeper, but only if that's okay for your body and your body's ready for that. So as we do this, we're going to play with our core here too. So as we come into our pose, and especially if you go into the deeper part, we're going to center around this core here. And in the deeper part of the pose, we're actually going to draw that belly button in and up to help stabilize the low back a little bit more. You can even do that in the more shallow pose to practice. Tailbone is dropping down, we're pushing firmly down through the feet. Our glutes are engaged, so hugging the butt muscles right in. Lengthen up through the spine. Circle the right arm up and around and down to your low back. Left arm, same thing. Lengthen up through the spine. Wiggle the elbows in toward each other. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, tip back, opening up through the chest, pressing your hips forward. Breathing. So keeping this core engaged, lifting up and in with the belly gently. And then gently lifting back up. So also as we come into this, we don't want to scrunch up the back of our neck. So keeping the back of the neck nice and long. Some of you that have been practicing for some time, you may feel comfortable tipping the head back further. So as long as you're listening to your body, not causing any pain, feel free to do that. But just be really mindful, not scrunching up that back of that neck. So coming into this a little bit deeper, or staying where you were at for the step that we just did last time. Push down through your feet, tailbone is neutral. Engaging that core a little bit. Bring the arm up and around and either to your low back or your heel. Left arm up and around, either to the low back or the heel. It's up and out of the waist. Engage that belly button, drawing that in and up a little bit. Breathe. Swinging the right arm up, and then the left are going to come right into table position. And we'll transition into revolved child's pose just to help reset the back. Left hand palm up under the right, come under the left shoulder, the left side of the head. Breathing. Push into the left hand if you'd like. Or take the right hand into the floor. Right hand can also come up, bend the elbow, let it rest behind you, or reach for that left thigh. Whatever you're doing, inhale, lengthen through the spine.
And exhale, open up into the twist a little deeper with that length. And exhale, untwist. Press into the right hand, lift the torso up. Same thing, right hand under the left, palm up, onto the right shoulder, right side of the left knee up if you want. Bend the elbow, we'll take it behind. And exhale, and lifting back. Cross your legs behind you, and let's go ahead and sit back. And there's a few bugs that have found me. So let's just come into a seated position, sitting on the edge of our folded blanket. So I'm going to do a little bit something different. We're going to do Gomukhasana legs or cow face legs, but Garudasana or eagle arms. So let's start with our legs out in front of us. Go ahead and bend up your right knee. I'm going to cross the right knee over the left leg and let that knee fall away from you so you're resting on the outer edge of that foot. You can stay here with the left leg out straight, drawing the toes toward the shin, or bend that leg, taking that outside of the right hip. Either way, flex the toes toward the shin, feeling rooted down through your base. So this may be all that you might want to do tonight. You can just sit here and breathe into your hips. If you want to add in the arms, we're going to bring the arms up and exhale the right arm under the left, giving yourself a hug. And pause here. Or take the backs of the hands together, either backs of hands or palms. Lift the elbows. Draw the shoulder blades toward the spine and breathe here. Soften on the exhales as much as you can. Breathing into all the tightness that you feel. Exhale and soften the areas that feel tight. And release the arms back down. We're going to take our arms behind us, leaning back, and uncross the legs. Cross the left leg over the right this time. And either keeping the right leg out straight, drawing the toes toward the shin, or bending that, taking that outside that left hip. No matter which you choose, you want to flex the toes toward the shin. Like it through the spine, and either staying here, reach the arms up if you want the arm part, and exhale the left arm under the right this time and give yourself a hug. And from here, you can come into eagle arms, backs of hands together or palms, elbows lift, draw the shoulder blades toward the spine. Keep pressing the lower arms away from you and breathe, softening on the exhale. And release the arms down. Lean back, stretch the legs out long, bring them together in front of you. We'll come into Paschimottanasana next. So keeping the legs nice and long, lengthen through the spine. Reach down through your base here. Now in a minute, we're going to come forward and I'm going to invite you to keep the spine long as you can without rounding. So we're lengthening the torso forward. And then when you find your edge of that pose, you can't possibly lengthen forward anymore with that long straight back. And then go ahead and round. So reach down through your base, legs are active, hugging thigh muscles in, toes flex toward the shin. Inhale the arms up and exhale over the legs, reaching long. Hands can rest on the ground on your lower legs or reach for your feet, but I don't want you to be pulling yourself forward. Lengthening through the spine, lengthening forward, and letting the back round at this point. If it needs to, you can release the head and neck even toward the legs. Go ahead and inhale, lift the torso up. Circle the arms up and around, down behind you. Fingers pointing in, point the toes, and lifting up into Purva Uttanasana. Breathing. And let's exhale down. Let's bend up the right knee. I'm going to come into seated twist. Crossing that right leg over the left. And either keeping that left leg out straight or taking that leg behind you. But keep that right knee reaching up toward the sky, push down through the 3 points of that right foot. Lengthen up through the spine. I'm going to circle the left arm up and around down behind you. Right arm up alongside the temple. Twist to the right. Sorry, I told you wrong arms. Right arm is down behind you. Left arm is the one outside of the right knee. Lengthen through the spine. And exhale into your chest. And just exhaling back around to the front. Lean back again. Straighten the legs out in front of you. This time we'll bend up the left knee, cross that over the right. Keep that knee pointing up, reach down through the 3 points of that foot. Taking the right leg outside your left hip if you want, or keeping that out straight. Lengthen up through the spine. Circle the right arm up and around and down behind you. Left arm alongside your temple. Left arm behind you, right arm alongside your temple. Twisting over to your left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink into your twist. Keeping that length. Move from that center and core. Shoulders are relaxed. And exhaling back around to the front. So let's go ahead. We're going to do a little core work here. So let's do some boat pose, Navasana. So we're going to come and sit on our blanket or your mat. And just a couple of different levels you can come to here. So I want you again to connect into your center. Draw that belly button in and up, keeping that engagement. You can hold behind the thighs, behind the knees, and continue to lengthen through the spine. Keep the spine as long as you can through this entire pose. And go ahead and begin to lean back. And take the legs off the ground. Let your legs be parallel with the floor, with the ground. Hands can continue to stay behind the knees if that's what you need, but lengthen through the spine. Keep that core engaged, or take the arms alongside the legs. Breathing here. Good. If you feel ready, you can begin to straighten those legs. Keep lengthening through the spine. Go ahead and bend the knees. Lifting up. Go ahead and rest over your legs. Releasing the back. Go ahead and inhale and lengthen up, releasing out of that. We're going to come onto our backs. And there's a couple of things we're going to do here. We're going to come into an inversion. I'm Going to suggest two different inversions for you. So you can either come into Viparita Karani or legs up the wall right here on your mat. Just bending the toes toward the shin, arms alongside of you, palms down, shoulder blades under you. If you have low back issues and you want to put your palms under your pelvis, feel free to do that. Or even hold the backs of your legs. And for the rest of you who are used to practicing shoulder stand or Sarvangasana, feel free to also come into that. Now, ideally, you're practicing with a stack of at least 3 blankets. If you're doing this at home and you've never done shoulder stands at all, I would continue to just stay in legs up the wall for now. Someday I'll do a little class on getting into shoulder stands safely. The biggest concern is keeping the back of our neck safe. So ideally, if you're doing this, traditionally you're going to have a stack of 3 blankets, so pretty high. I've practiced shoulder stand for a long time, and I come into it without blankets on the mat, but that's my choice. I can't see you, and I can't tell your position at home. So please be mindful of that. We don't want any injury to the neck. The biggest concern is that when we're in this pose, we want to keep space for the neck, so they're not putting any strain on the neck. So if you start to come up into this and feel strain on the neck, please come out. But other than that, if you're using blankets, the top of your shoulder will be near the top of the blanket. And you're just going to kind of roll up, bring your hands to your low back, wiggle your elbows in toward each other, and you may decide to just come into a partial Sarvangasana, something that would look like this. At this point, don't turn your head to look to the side, continue looking straight up. If you're used to practicing Sarvangasana and want to come up higher, we're going to bring the hips over the shoulders, press up through the mound of the toes. Whatever inversion you're choosing, you're going to stay here for several breaths, so keep breathing. When you come out of this pose, there's a couple of options. Just reversing how you came in, or you can do kind of a round over. Take your thumbs behind you, fingers on the side of your waist, and take one foot down, and then the other, coming into a modified bridge pose. And from here, you just roll down your spine. Whichever position you chose, either legs at the wall or shoulder stand, let's hug our knees in. Good. And we've been doing so much core work here. Let's just take a moment to come into fish pose. So in fish pose, I'm just going to open this blanket up a little bit. On our backs, legs are going to be together. And I'm going to roll up onto the side. Take your right hand palm down underneath of you. And the same with the left. Legs are straight, toes draw back toward the shin. Push into your elbows to lift the torso up. Wiggle them in toward each other even a little bit more. Lift up to the heart. Shoulder blades are widening. And bring the top of the head to the mat. Breathing here. Gentle pressure in the top of the head. Good, and then just releasing the arms underneath of you, sliding them out. Interlace your fingers behind the base of your skull. Lift the head up and just turn your head a little side to side. Releasing any tension in you. and release the head down. Coming into our supine twist. Keeping the left leg out straight, bend the right knee. Even hug that right knee in for just a moment, just squeezing that, release the back a little bit on that side. And then sole the foot to the floor, move the hips a little to the right, roll into the left hip. Now keep that left leg straight, flexing the toes for the shin. The right toes can hook behind the left knee. And then take the right shoulder off your arm in T position, palm can be up or down. And make sure that right shoulder stays touching the earth, touching the floor. Lengthen through the spine. Make sure you're not overarching here in the low back to reach that tailbone down. You can turn your head if you want to look at the right hand. Breathing, lengthening that right hip away from the right shoulder. And then exhaling onto your back. Move the hips back into center. Stretch the right leg out. Hug that left knee in, releasing that side of it. Roll the foot to the floor. Move your hips a little to the left. Rolling into the right hip, the bent left knee to the right. Hook the toes behind the right leg. Keep that right leg straight. Left shoulder is touching the earth or the floor. And your palm can be up or down. Turning your head if you want to look at that here. And then gradually rolling onto your back. Move your hips back into center. Hug the knees in. You can even roll around on your sacrum if you want, massaging that low back. Reversing direction. And then go ahead and stretch those legs out on your mat. Take your feet wide and walk them in and out. If you have an eye pillow nearby, you want to have that handy. Or a blanket that you want to put over you. Draw your shoulder blades underneath of you. Let your palms gently roll up to the sky or the ceiling. Rock your head a little side to side. And let your head just rest in the center. See if you can relax the abdomen and let the low back just come into a neutral position. Take a deep breath in. And exhale through the mouth. Another deep breath in. This time wiggle your jaw. One more deep breath in. Let your body just settle into the support beneath you. Continuing to stay in your Shavasana for several more moments. Letting the body continue to soften. Letting the toes feel heavy. The feet are heavy. The ankles heavy. The lower legs feeling heavier and heavier, and the thigh. The low back relaxing into the earth, the hips, the mid back, and the upper back. The arms and the shoulders relaxing downward. The wrist, the hands, the fingers, continuing to relax and feel heavy. The back of the neck, relaxing. The back of the head heavy. The eyes relaxing in the eye sockets. The eyes are closed. Tongue resting in the roof of the mouth. Teeth slightly parted. Lips closed. Continuing to relax and let go. And then very gently allowing the breath to deepen into the belly. Feeling that wave of breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. Drawing the breath down towards those feet. Inhaling from the feet to the crown of the head. Exhaling down toward the feet. Beginning to invite a little movement in the body. Wiggling fingers and toes, circling the wrist, circling the ankles. Hugging the knees into the chest to release the low back. Even rolling to your right side for just a moment to pause. Staying with that calm, centered place within you. Pressing into the left hand to lift your torso back up to a seated position. Either sitting cross-legged, legs out in front of you, or kneeling. At the base of the body, reach downward. Lengthen through the spine. Shoulders relaxed. Draw the hands to your heart center in prayer. Let the thumbs press into your sternum. Deep breath in and out. I'm going to inhale for 1 Om. Om Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Om, peace, peace, peace. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, and may you live with ease and grace. Namaste. Thank you so very much for joining me here outside on my mat.